Hey guys, how we doing? Um, well, today is the update that I did not want to have to come to you guys with. Um, about our Anatolian Shepherd dog Shiloh. Okay, I'm gonna get through this without crying because I feel like I may not have any tears left. So we took him into the vet yesterday, and he was very well behaved and just a sweetheart, as always. And our veterinary team is absolutely amazing. They're fantastic to work with. And we saw a new vet in the practice, and she's freaking amazing. Really loved her. Anyway, I really trusted kind of our assessment on him and what our opinion was. And I said to her that, my guttural feeling was that it was osteosarcoma. It was not like a tick-based disease, which a lot of people, a lot of you guys had came and said, that it sounded like Lyme's to you. And my gut just did not feel like it was Lyme's. So I told her my concerns and my worries, and she said, "All right, let's get an X-ray." And so she got the X-ray, and she came back after the X-ray, and like as soon as she opened the door and I saw her face, like I knew. And she just said, "I'm sorry, I don't have better news." And she gave me a hug, and then we walked. She took us back to look at the X-ray itself, and as soon she didn't have to say anything. As soon as I saw the X-ray, I was like, "Yeah, yeah." It was what we were concerned that it was. It was osteosarcoma. So on an X-ray, it looks like almost like a bubble wrap in the bone, and that's the cancer that's eating away at the joint or the bones. Um, she was shocked that he was still putting any weight on it. She was shocked that he was letting us touch it and manipulate it. Um, he was a good boy. Um, she said at any point it would give because there really wasn't much holding it together anymore. Um, she said, and it probably wouldn't be something big like jumping or going after a predator. She said it could be something as simple as him stretching, and she said that's just going to disintegrate and just shatter. Um, she said that even with treatment, he'd have maybe 4 months, which I wouldn't do that anyway. He's not the kind of dog that you could put on stall rest or house rest and just, go through treatment. Like that just wasn't him. He liked to be working all the time. And to put limits on him would have been more stressful than what it was worth for him. So I made that choice then and there to euthanize him. And they were really, really great about that as well with us. We're very, very patient and let us take our time and say our goodbyes to him. And it was peaceful and beautiful. And they give them a shot first, like in the muscle, a relaxant to just make them just chill out. And the reasoning behind that is because like the medication that they give to actually stop the heart, you got to make sure that's in a vein or else it's extremely painful. So they need to make sure the dog's not moving or anything like that. And it's just a nice kind of a transition anyway. So she gave him a shot that to relax him. And in the past, my experiences with having animals euthanized, when they give them that shot, they're like, they just like go to sleep, literally sleep, because they're still breathing and stuff. It's like a really strong sedative. Man, he was not going down though. He's like, "I will raise you your sedative and go 10 more." Like he was just like, "I don't need sedatives." So she had to like dose him like a small pony, I swear. And he was almost 140 pounds when they weighed him that day. But eventually though he relaxed and the sedative started to work, but it took a long time. But yeah, we sat down on the floor, and he put his head in my lap and cried on him and loved on him. And I said, here we're sitting in the grass and we're under the sun, and we're in your fields. And yeah, they came and gave him the IV injections, and within seconds, that was it. So we brought him home, and he will be buried up on his favorite hill in his favorite pasture that he loved guarding, the most active predation area. He loved it. He would sit up on that hill. You could always see him going out, and you'd see him on that hill in the grass and just watching. He loved to watch the white-tailed deer out in the fields, out in the woods, and watch for the bad guys to come in. And that was like his favorite spot. And then I'd go in the barn, and if he'd see me coming or whatever, and he'd wag his tail and kisses and run to meet me. But otherwise, he was on that hill. So, what else was I gonna say? As far as preventative things, there's really nothing you can do. It's kind of like with humans. I mean, there's not a lot like for bone cancer that you can do to prevent this kind of thing from happening. There is some genetic components that they think to it, but more than that is environmental stuff. So I asked the vet how long she thought this was brewing for, and she said no more than a couple months. It came quick, she said, and it was going to go quick. In the x-rays, you can see where it was eaten almost completely through like there was nothing much left that he was even on anymore. So it was a quick thing. So environmental things, pesticides, if you're spraying like your fields or pastures, which we don't do any of those things. One of the biggest, my hair is, dude, I haven't even taken it out of this thing in days, I don't think. Focus. One of the biggest things, interestingly enough, is spaying or neutering your pet too soon, which we're just finding out more and more of the negative things of spaying or neutering your pets too soon. When you have a large dog, an extra large dog breed, you wait as long as you possibly can, because those hormones that are still going through the body are so necessary and beneficial. So the statistics are, if you spay or neuter your large or extra large dog before 2 years old, their risk of osteosarcoma jumps by 25%, I think, which is a lot. If you line up 4 dogs and you spay and neuter them before 2, one of them are going to get it. So like that's huge. So wait as long as you can if possible. Feeding, the importance of feeding appropriately. So don't hyper feed your puppy. Slow and steady is the weight gain that you want to see with them in the growth. You don't want to just pound them with feed because they're going to be big. That's not good. And feed a large breed puppy food up until 2 years old. So those are the things that we can control and that we can do to prevent this kind of stuff from happening. Most common age for diagnosis is between 6 and 8 years. That's it. I just talked to a girlfriend of mine. She had a Great Dane puppy that was diagnosed at 6 months. It was in his spine. Our Shiloh's was in his left carpus, which is a fancy word for his left wrist. But yeah, all of it is like almost completely gone. So looking back, I had said in my previous videos that about a month and a half ago, I said to the husband, I said, I just feel like something's not right with him. I can't tell you definitively, and I don't know what it is, and he's not showing any symptoms, but in his eyes, I just feel like something is wrong. Yeah, so trust your instincts. That's it, guys. Thanks.